What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay, back with another video, and today the topic is how important is firearms, stamina, and electronics. So as you can see here, don't even worry about like the build I'm running right now. This is just like a scrap build or whatever. Actually, not a scrap build. I run it for PvE. It's actually a pretty good build. Let me quit playing. But pretty much what I'm about to do here, I'm about to show y'all what it would be like if I ran 9K firearms. So that's how we're gonna start off this video. As you can see with Striker, you know how when you land hits you get stacks, and once you get stacks you also get healing over time. So I'm about to go ahead and turn everything into firearms. So you're gonna have me run a whole glass cannon build, and you'll see like how low my health is. See, like this meta isn't a glass cannon meta. You probably could have got away with that within the last update, but that's definitely not happening in this update. So as you see, I'm just shuffling through my gear or whatnot, putting on all firearms gear, and then I'm also going to put on all firearms mods. So I have essentially around like 9K firearms, which I do not recommend for anybody. I mean, it could work, but not for this type of build. You'll probably run like Hunter's Faith or Deadeye maybe, but even still 9K is like really unnecessary, just for the simple fact that for each one of these stat rolls, the higher you get, you have diminishing returns, so you don't get as much back as you would. So as you can see, my weapon is only doing 22.1 damage, like, well, 22.1k damage, you know what I'm saying? And prior to that, before I put all these mods on, it was doing probably like around like 17. So it went up quite a bit, but you gotta think about how much I gave up to get that much. So my stamina is not even at 3k, you know what I'm saying? It's just that, you know, it's close to it, but it's not at 3k. So I'm hitting for 24 because I got responsive unlocked. This is the LVOAC. Very good gun, very good gun, especially with Striker. That's because you get all the stability and everything like that. So what I'm about to do here, I'm about to show you how it would be if I didn't have that many things spec'd into firearms. So I'm about to drop everything off, put my build back to where it was at, and you'll see that the change isn't really that much different, but it does make me tankier in this meta, just for the simple fact that everybody's running Striker, Nomad. Just about everybody's running a stamina based build unless you're a healer or you're just trying to be a glass cannon. If you want to run solo, probably shouldn't run glass cannon. But as you can see, the first shot it ticked for about 17k, which is what I said earlier. So about 17k, but I probably have at least about 300k health with this much stamina. Way better than how much health I had prior to that, because before I only had like around 200k. You would get shredded. So yeah, like 317 max health, which is fairly decent. It's not bad, especially with Striker. You can deal with it definitely with Striker. That's not bad whatsoever. So glass cannon is a no for this meta. You may be able to get away with it if you could run in a team, but I still really wouldn't recommend it, especially with Predator out there, because you will get wrecked by Predator. You will get destroyed. I can guarantee you that right now. Like, it doesn't matter which exotic damage resilience is, you'll still get wrecked. But as you see here, I'm putting everything into electronics now to show you the use of electronics. See, electronics is a lot more flexible than firearms, because you can get away with a lot more, because even though your health is low, you get a bigger heal. Like, you get a huge heal, and you can help your teammates. When you have high firearms, you have very low health. You have very low health, and you have a very low heal. So not only are you gonna get shredded, you're not gonna be able to heal through getting shredded. See, now running a support build, you definitely have a better chance of staying alive and keeping your team alive because of your skill haste, possibly. Because that's usually what people run when you have high electronic builds. You run like skill haste and stuff like that. And you can just benefit for like so many other stats. So as you see here, my max health is 242. That is terrible, but like I said, the skills is what makes up for it. So look at my first aid, and this is with no mods in at all. So 232,000 self heal, 413,000 self heal. That's for overdose. That is ridiculous. That's twice. That's about twice the amount of my health. And then I can just really run booster shot. That's about how much health I have. And then you can see how much HP I will get per second coming from a support station. You know what I'm saying? So look at the pulse. My critical hit chance is near cap. The cap for critical hit chance is 60%. I popped the pulse once. I'm pretty much almost already at 60%. And I get around 50 critical hit damage on top of that. So that's going to make me hit even harder. And it's like with tactician, you can kind of stack it to 60. A lot of people don't use it this way, but it's just a possibility that you could do. So I'm going to show you guys right now. This is my first time actually using the 6-piece tactician like ever, but it's actually kind of fun. It's actually not that bad. I can see me experimenting with this, but like, as you can see, I got like 521 skill power, and now I'm at 48, which didn't really boost it by that much if you think about it. 48 and 64 critical hit damage, and then I'm at 243, 433 ally heal. It's like if you compare the stats, you'll see what I'm talking about in terms of diminishing returns. That's why it makes it almost pointless to expect a ton into one stat, because you'll just be wasting essentially that stat that you gave up. So let's just say I could expect something. I could expect 1 gear to firearms, or 1 gear into stamina to make me more tanky, or 1 gear into firearms to help me unlock something on my gun. See, that's where the DPS comes from. The DPS comes from your gun talent and your critical hit chance and critical hit damage. Critical hit chance always comes first, because if you don't have the crit hit chance, the crit hit damage does not matter at all whatsoever. I mean, unless you have a high skill power person in your group that runs pulse, hey, that's different. But anyway, now I'm going to show you stamina. So I'm going to expect everything in the stamina. I'm going to put mods in there. So I'm going to be sitting around probably like 10k stam. And like with stamina, it's more acceptable to get away with. I would say this meta is mainly a stamina meta, mainly because you got Predator Mark that specializes in stamina. You got Nomad, which is like really good if you're on a high stamina build. And then you have Striker, obviously, with the stamina and stuff like that. Because of Striker, Nomad, and Predator Mark, this is why this meta is mainly a stamina type meta. That's why everybody's mainly specking for stamina, so you can be that much more tankier. If you haven't noticed, I'm pretty sure you probably haven't seen a build in a while that's talking about glass cannon and they've been ripping through people. I highly doubt it. But yeah, you can run a full stamina build and be alright, as long as you can get something unlocked. I wouldn't necessarily say run a 10k stam, because to go back to like the diminishing returns, see, if I took one of those rolls off and rolled it towards firearms, I could potentially unlock deadly. I could probably unlock vicious. So, and like, think about it. If I had responsive for my bottom talent, the free talent, and then I had like deadly and responsive, like, I mean deadly, responsive, and vicious all on the same gun, that would be pretty good, because I mean I get extra critical hit chance, I get extra critical hit damage, and that's where a chunk of my damage will come from. Not to mention I get that responsive, and I'm already tanky as it is. This is why Striker is so strong. Like, you're about to see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in all Striker pieces. I'm gonna have over 9k stamina. Like, you can easily have around like 4k firearms and like 9k stamina. I'm pretty sure I've done that before. But as you can see, this is why Striker is so strong. You get those 100 stacks, and then you start stacking up, you start getting your health back, and then look at that, 26k 26k on my weapon. 26k when I hit 100 stacks. Which essentially wouldn't be hard to do, because if you're that tanky, people are going to try to face tank you by default. It's almost guaranteed people are going to try to face tank you. And this is why the DPS, like the primary DPS thing that you see, it doesn't really matter. Because it's not accurate. It's just going to tell you like a false number pretty much. So essentially, I can rip a whole entire team from like this distance that I'm at right now and get my stacks up, and then when I get close, it's GG. Like, it's over with, because I'm healing up and I probably have at least about like 400k health while I'm hitting 25.5k. You know what I'm saying? And this is without having responsive on. Like, what if I have responsive? It's crazy. But anyway, it's your boy Jay. Like, comment, subscribe. I got another video coming on Saturday. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about y'all. I think I'm going to break these off into segments. So, firearms, stamina, and electronics. I have separate videos for those to be more specific. Anyway, catch you in the next video. Have a nice day. I'm out.